Hello, my friends, and welcome to My Favorite Murder with Karen Kilgariff and Georgia Hardstark. I'm your host tonight, not Karen Kilgariff, but Skylar, with my co-host, not Georgia Hardstark, but Elliot.
That's me. I'm not Georgia Hardstark. Hardstark? I don't even know their name. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was Georgia Hardstark,
Okay. But
but
yeah,
that's not who he is.
we are of course the number one true crime podcast on air right now. So
Number one on
that's
Spotify and Apple. Look us up.
that's right. That's yeah. I mean, you don't have to look it up. You can just take our word for it because we're really trustworthy guys. So you should take our word for it. But if you want to look, I mean, it's there. W
That's right. Just get
www.spotifytoplist.biz. The
uh,
official, it's the official
close
one.
www.spotify.com/slash number one true crime bot broadcast on Spotify slash Apple also.
Yeah, that's an official website. That's not something that we own. That
It's
that
not a
we
phishing
built
website
to.
either. We're not going to take your credit card info. I
But we
promise.
do, we do have like every other website. It's gonna mine your data, so be ready for that.
We're going to use your GPU to mine cryptocurrencies. And not like Bitcoin or Ethereum, but it's going to be like Dogecoin and
Yeah, we're
whatever other random one that we think is popular at the time.
we're still holding on to Dogecoin. That's you know
Hey man, you were the one that turned me on to the phrase "I love that heckin' pupper."
that was me. I did invent that phrase actually. It's I don't like to take credit for my own deeds that are usually done in good faith, but if somebody has to take the blame for that, it's me.
Elliot, call it what it is: artistic genius.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to be humble. Like I uh I just listened to The Tale of Narcissus, and because like I've never read it, whatever. I've only heard the summary of it. But I listened to like a dramatic reading of it, and as it was going along, I was like, "Oh, I find myself agreeing with Narcissus a lot in his early days that he's like, just super into himself. So I have to like step back, and not do that."
His punishment was that. What was his punishment? Like he had to stare at himself in like a well.
Yeah, it, depending on whatever version, this one it was like he was cursed by a minor god, a little more minor god that he would see himself as others see him because like everybody just fell in love with him all the time. Dudes, chicks, fucking babies, like everybody was just falling in love with Narcissus, and he did it, and he was just like, "Yeah, I'm fucking great, what's up?" But like he didn't see it from like an outside perspective, so he saw himself from an outside perspective and fell in love with himself so deeply that he
That's
just
right.
he like couldn't turn away from his own image and like starved to death. It was, yeah, pretty
That's
brutal.
right. Okay, yeah, yeah, that's
But
the
a
one.
kind of a cool way to go out.
I mean,
Like,
yeah, of all the ways that these old kings and whatnot from ancient Greece, these fables, that's a
yeah.
pretty baller way to go out. It's a better way than like what was that one dude and like he was cursed and he had to like stand in water, but if he went to drink it, it would go lower. If he
Oh,
went to reach up for the apples, the tree would grow more and he wouldn't be able to reach them.
yeah, that's oh my god. I know I his name is related to some kind of like satiation, like satiitis or something like that,
Yeah.
because he could never be sated.
Yes. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's what it was.
or
It's
something like that.
gluttony
Yeah,
essentially.
I don't think satiitis was his name, but that's All right.
Sorry about that, folks. My
Yeah.
computer shit the bed, literally,
Yup.
right in the
Yucky.
middle of that conversation.
Yeah, I don't even remember what I was talking about. I was going off on Narcissus, but that's why your computer crashed because we were getting into Greek mythology again, and we always bring it up, and it's your
Yeah,
computer
some
saying
we pissed off some god, some minor god, maybe a major god. It's
maybe a
hard to
major
say.
god. I
I
probably
mean, hopefully a major god. I mean, that'd be
mm-hmm.
cool.
That'd be pretty. Yeah, that'd be all right. Anyway, so what's
But yeah,
new with you, Skylar?
oh god, not a whole lot. I mean, I got a promotion at my dead end job and
Oh,
been playing some more video games as per usual. Cause I'm a gamer, the most
most
depressed
depressed group.
in society. Other than that, not a whole lot. Just living life, trying to be the best person I can be.
That's cool. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. How about
Yeah,
you? Anything interesting in the
pretty
life of Elliot?
much. Pretty much the same thing. No, I started like streaming more. I decided to stream Resident Evil 7 because I like figured it out how to do it. I still can't like see the chat when it comes up, so it's whatever. I haven't really had a huge audience for it, but I've been playing that and it's terrifying. I don't handle scary games very well. And
It's a true fact. He really
yeah,
doesn't.
I mean, you can see it because like I tried streaming it like consecutive nights. So that first night was like hardcore. My reactions were great. It's fantastic. I was, peak getting scared, and then like then I didn't sleep well, and the next day, and I was just like super out of it. I just couldn't keep up. Even scary parts were like it didn't feel as scary, and I was like, this isn't the way to play the game. It's that first go round it was more fun, so I have to like pace myself.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty scary game.
Yeah,
At least the first couple hours of it. Once you
yeah,
get pretty deep into it and you get a bunch of different weapons and stuff, it kind of loses that.
yeah. I like just picked up the grenade launcher, and I'm like, okay, there's a grenade launcher.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's Resident Evil. It's
Yeah,
still Resident Evil to its core.
it's pretty sweet. Yeah. At first,
But
it didn't. The survival part of it was hardcore of the survival horror, and then
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, having to deal with fucking Jack Baker constantly up in your shit all the time
oh
is
man,
awful.
yeah, yeah, I just my anxiety. You know what I'm saying? I was just on my
Yeah,
toes.
yeah, that's rough. I mean, when I played it in like maybe four. I don't want to give away how long the game is, but I played it in several,
Is it not a super long game? I
and no, not
mm,
really. I mean, maybe like 10, 15 hours, maybe.
okay. I feel like I I'm like maybe 5 hours in altogether.
Okay.
I
Where are you
imagine.
at? Are
Uh,
you still at the
I am
the
no, I'm at the Marguerite boss fight.
Oh, okay. So you did
Yeah.
get past the
Yes. Oh my
that
god.
boss fight.
It took me like 7 times to fucking get through that cage match, dude. It was insane. I realized like I had to get on the aggressive. It was
Yeah.
I didn't use block enough, and if you block with the chainsaw, it's like a really decent. You don't have to be as scared.
Yeah,
It's
it's all
still
about bullying him with those corpses. That was like the thing I did, is I just like always would be pushing those corpses at him, and I would take them out.
yeah. That's
But you
what
have to have good accuracy too with the gun.
yeah. That's what saved me in the end was like stunning him and then figuring out the thrust attack. And if you hit it just right, can sink it into his head and it does the, oh god, the like head splitting open in your
Yeah, the gore in
face.
that game
Oh
is
my
fucking
god, dude.
crazy.
I
That
think
RE engine is beautiful.
I think I think when you talked about it before I had played it and I said, "Oh, it's in first person. I bet you could play it in VR." And you were like, "That would be insane." Yeah, I see what you mean now. Dude, like I would literally have a heart attack if you if you played it in VR. I It's insane.
Yeah, I mean all the, the facial animations and stuff in general is just like they're really good looking. I mean, it's very
Yeah.
realistic for what it looks like. And I know Monster Hunter, they kind of took advantage of that as well. Monster Hunter Rise, even on Switch, looks really good.
Oh, yeah. It uses the same engine?
Yeah, the
That's
RE engine.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay.
Yep. Probably a little more toned down for the Switch, but I imagine when it comes out on PC, it's probably going to look pretty insane.
Yeah. It
Though I
is
think
coming to
World
PC,
uses it
isn't
too.
it?
Yeah, it is
Okay.
totally.
Man, I'm probably gonna I'm gonna end up buying it at full
Double
price
dip.
again. Like I did with World. Like jeez.
Sucks you won't be able to transfer your character and stuff, but hey, I
Yeah.
mean, they're probably going to do the same thing they did with Iceborne and release like some kind of like you can play it, you can play through the main story and play it like go through progression like you normally would where you fight a higher level monster and get its armor. Or you could use like the easy mode armor, which is like basically whatever like HR7
Mm.
rank armor, if that's where you kind of consider where the cap is between low rank and high rank, is
Uh-huh.
HR7.
Yeah, pretty much. I would say. Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Yeah, cuz I
Or maybe not low rank and high rank, but it's like mid, maybe mid tier high rank armor.
yeah.
So you can
It's
kind of,
enough that you could jump into like a Rathalos or something right off the
yeah,
bat.
right,
Or
right.
like
I think
an
it's more so you could
yeah,
jump into like Nergigante
yeah,
right off the bat
probably.
almost.
Probably. Yeah. I didn't play enough of it. I have it for the PS4 and I never really got PlayStation Plus. So like every game that has cool multiplayer parts, you have to
Never really
like
got
pay
to,
for it.
yeah.
Yeah. Never really got to play them
I mean, I
in
never really did it
multiplayer.
either. I never did multi. I would respond to SOSs and
Yeah.
help out like new people and stuff. But when it
Yeah.
came to like in Monster Hunter World specifically, when it came to stuff like Kolve Taroth
Mhm.
and the Leshen
Oh
and
yeah.
Behemoth, those were all quests that you had to do with people.
Oh yeah.
Like it's kind of like Lao Shan Lung, kind of
Yeah, where it's
to
just
kind
it has insane health and you need multiple
like you,
people to
yeah.
yeah.
With the right gear, you can do it solo, but you need gear that is beyond that. So you like have to fight that first to get the gear beyond it.
Man.
That would be the best way I could equate it. That was like how Behemoth, especially Behemoth, was like because that was like a Final Fantasy 14 crossover, I
Oh.
think. So you needed somebody that could hold aggro, you needed a tank, you needed someone that could heal, and then you needed DPS,
And this
which
is
sounds
Monster
cool.
Hunter?
And it's Monster Hunter, yeah,
Wow. So you like
because
had
they
to
added
find
an
a hunting
aggro
horn
system.
person and
Not
wow.
necessarily hunting horn. You could like have a sword and shield person with wide range, and
Oh yeah.
the other stuff that boost healing.
That's smart.
And I don't even think you really needed a healer, but it like helped because he had a lot of like one hit mechanics.
Mm, man.
I liked World a lot. I just didn't care much for how they did the multiplayer. I didn't play Iceborne, so
Yeah, I
I have
didn't
no opinion on it.
I did not play World as much as the other one. I really dug what I played, but I didn't get super deep into it, and I was like, man,
It I don't know. People compare it and Rise a lot.
yeah. And Rise is awesome. I really enjoy it.
I mean, I got my money's worth for sure. I
Yeah,
mean, at $60, I mean, I have like almost 200 hours in it now.
nice. I
Even at
think,
50 cents an hour, that's making my money back.
yeah,
I try not to think
that's
of games like that. Like, some people are like, well, $1 equals 1 hour. I've
yeah.
never cared much for that
I
comparison.
I feel like that I do that sometimes because like even for if it turns out I don't even really like a game, like the average play times that I want to at least put in this 60 hours worth, unless it like is absolute garbage. But
We both also do like JRPGs, and those are like 60 plus guaranteed most of the time.
yeah.
Even if the gameplay isn't, even if most of that is just grinding.
And it usually is mostly grinding, yeah.
Sure, yeah. Whereas there are some games that are like, they're 20-hour games, but, they're worth $60. I mean, that's the general price for, I mean, I guess PS5 games are 70 now, aren't they?
I do not know.
Like
I don't have a
core?
PS5, man. Holy shit. I didn't I didn't jump on that. I didn't care hard enough.
No.
The ones that were
Uh-uh.
like, "Oh, I've stayed up and had notifications for all these apps of when these are going live and had it like cached in my browser." Like, nah, man, that's way too much work. I'm just gonna wait until it gets cheaper, and
It's not even a matter of it being
yeah,
cheaper, but
that
it's
too.
it's
It's just
like
not even available.
it's fuck scalpers. That's the
Yeah,
problem with it. It's
yeah,
people scalping, and they'll buy it, at MSRP, and then they'll sell it for like 700, $800 because people will pay that. And people do pay that. That's the
yuck.
issue, is people
Mm-hmm.
pay it.
Yeah,
It's just
guys,
I mean
don't
it's the
do it,
same.
man. Just
Yeah,
don't do
no,
it. If
don't.
you're out there thinking about spending, twice the worth of a PS5 on a PS5 that doesn't even have like a controller or anything, don't do it. Just,
No. Same deal with GPUs. Don't buy from
oh, yeah.
scalpers.
I mean, that goes with any product. It doesn't have to be a PS5, if anything. If you're out there trying to buy carrots for twice the MSRP of a normal carrot, don't do it. You
Didn't that happen
haggle.
in Soviet Russia?
I
Wasn't that the issue?
I think so. I don't
If you
know.
buy from scalpers, it's communism, and communism is not American.
There we go. That's what it is. You just have to call it communism and then you stop. Just, no, don't do that.
True communism would be everybody gets a PS5.
You know what?
Everyone gets to
Maybe.
play Persona 5 Golden
Oh,
and
wow.
and Demon Souls.
When you put it that way, is it so bad?
But that's true communism. That's not
Yeah, that's like, I don't know, ideally. Ideal communism is everybody's rich.
I mean, ideal communism is everybody's equal,
Or equal, yeah.
I think. I
Okay.
don't know. I mean, you know, I'm no political ideologist
No.
or
We're
anything
just
like that,
we're just a true crime podcast. We're not here to weigh in on those subjects.
especially when they relate to gaming.
Yeah. It's communism in gaming. Games what? Papers,
Communism,
Please? I've played that once.
that was a good
It
game.
was pretty cool. I think I only played like the demo, and I don't know if it was the full game or not. But
No, I played through the whole thing. It's really
oh
good.
man,
I guess that's kind of a topic we were kind of, you know, talking about was indie games. You
Oh
know,
yeah,
we talked about roguelikes and roguelites last week, and that kind of falls into the same category because I, you know, I you, you can't really think of a triple A roguelite
yeah. I was gonna
unless
say
Deathloop, maybe.
if Deathloop, yeah, if they do, I haven't played it, but if it does what it
It
says it is, it's
it
just
has like
like you
a time
replay one
rewind
day.
mechanic thing,
Yeah.
which is kind of in the same vein, but it has
So,
meta progression as well. So
so it would be like it would borrow elements of a roguelite with an
yes,
FPS.
yes.
That's kind of cool. Okay.
At least from what I understand, Sony still has the exclusivity deal with it,
Oh, really?
so I haven't been yeah, no, I
Huh.
haven't been able to play it. So,
I thought I
which
saw it on Steam.
um, it might. I mean, it might be on Steam, but I think it's also
Maybe it
like
got
it's
pulled.
not on Xbox is the thing.
Oh, that's weird.
And
Okay.
which because it's an Arcane, it's Bethesda game,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's
but I think there was a
odd.
contract already made for it for Sony exclusive
Huh.
before the Bethesda deal went through. So it'll be out like next year. I'm really in no rush to play it.
Yeah. I mean, their gameplay is fucking fantastic. Dishonored
Oh, Arcane.
is
Oh yeah.
yeah, so good. Dark
I
Messiah of Might and Magic. I think.
That one's a good one. Some of their
Yeah.
older games too are like Arx Fatalis is an old
Mm.
one. It's a really deep cut, but that one was it was innovative. I'll say that. I played through most of it, but like the magic system I just could not. You have to to queue up spells, you have to draw runes with your mouse, and it
Oh.
works maybe like 25% of the time.
You mean like Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone? Draw runes with your mouse?
Yeah, yeah, kind of like that actually. Like almost exactly like that.
That's insane. That-
They at least had a way so you could like draw runes multiple times to queue up spells and then cast them, but it's still a pain in the ass to draw,
wow,
you
that's
know.
that feels very complex.
It was innovative,
Yeah.
but yes, super complex. And that's like what they do. I mean, that's Arcane's thing. They
Mm-hmm.
Dishonored was very it was very forward thinking for its type of gameplay. You had this first person stealth, choose your own adventure,
Yeah.
um, style. I've been playing Death of the Outsider, which I didn't realize was on Game Pass, but it was on there and I was like, "Oh shit.
Nice.
Okay." A little
Yeah.
bit more of a bit more Dishonored. I don't think it's as good as 1 or 2, but it's still pretty fun.
Yeah, I'm still working on my second playthrough of 2. I think I think we talked about it, but yeah, I did a Corvo run with High Chaos, and then my second one I was doing Emily. I was trying to ghost everything. So
I think that's the canon way to do it.
really,
Yeah,
uh,
at least if you go by the comics, because there are comics for
oh,
Dishonored
there's comics. Okay.
that bridge the gap between 1 and 2.
Oh, that's cool.
And I think going high chaos with it's canon. Corvo goes low chaos ghost in the first game, and
Oh,
then between 1 and 2, there's some shift. There's some shit that goes on, and then it's like, okay, well, it makes sense for him to be high chaos and just kill everybody in 2.
yeah, yeah, because he's like a grizzled old man, and he's like, yeah, I didn't speak in the first game, but now I can talk. And I'm gonna say, fuck
And I'm
you.
Troy Baker.
Oh, is it Troy Baker?
I think it is Troy Baker. I could be
Fantastic.
wrong, but I
He's
think it
like
is.
he's like everybody, man.
And yeah, Emily, because she was taught by Corvo, she does the ghost thing. But you fuck with the
Yeah.
man's daughter, it makes him go crazy.
Yeah. He's out for blood. He didn't talk like that in the game, but yeah, it was good. I dug it.
Yeah, they're good games. I think playing High Chaos is way more fun.
It just felt like satisfying to, kill these dudes. Like, they do some bad stuff in the beginning, and it's like, man, do you know what I went through in Dishonored 1 to get where I am today, and you're just gonna come in here and mess it all up again? So, yeah.
Yeah, especially if you're not save scumming constantly.
Yeah,
It's
which
it's a way
I
better
hate doing.
experience.
Yeah.
I do too. And I mean I do it every first playthrough. I always try to do like at least with Dishonored 2, I did a ghost. See, I did it the opposite. I had Corvo be the good guy and do
Ah.
a ghost no kill. Then I did Emily and it was ghost kill everybody, which is a
Oh.
lot easier to do actually. It's easier to be a ghost when you kill everybody.
Yeah,
At least
because
I
like
thought.
if you like sneak attack them, they're not gonna see you and
Then
alert anything, and then if you get the perk that turns their body to ash,
mhm.
fantastic.
Yep.
You're set.
And it's never so much the sneaking in, it's like the portion where you have to sneak out. That's where I would always get caught the most.
Yeah.
Especially that Sokolov mission in the Clockwork Manor.
Oh man,
That was shit to
that was
play.
just a hard fucking level.
Good level design, but my
Yeah,
god.
super cool, but man, insane.
Yeah, very good games. I highly recommend our audience to check them out if you like video games.
Yeah.
I'd probably say that with any video
If
game I liked, really. Like, hey, do you like video games?
hey
Go play Chrono Trigger.
hey, if you like video games, you're
If you like video games, play Knack 2.
playing Knack 2.
Knack 2, baby.
Knack 2. Knack Attack. Knack is back.
You bet.
Yeah.
That's a Sony property, though, so you need a PlayStation to play it.
Man, again with the PlayStation exclusives.
I know. That's what they got, dude. That's
Mm,
their whole thing. They
yeah.
got them exclusives. It's, more power to them.
Yeah, for sure. It's unfortunate.
In a true communist gamer society, all gamers get all games.
All gamers
You want
are
to play
gonna play
Halo
all
on your
games.
PlayStation 5, you can do it. You want to
You
play The Last of Us 2 on your Nintendo Switch, that's your God-given right.
As an American citizen, that's what you are have been given the freedom to do. And that's what we're gonna do.
You know, that's what we're gonna do. That's the whole point of this podcast. That is our manifesto.
Oh,
All games for all gamers.
manifesto. I don't.
And of course, everything comes out for PC as well. I mean, we don't
Yeah,
discriminate in our perfect utopian society for gamers by gamers.
indeed. Yeah, I mean it's not that hard for a game's UI developer to swap, the tutorial buttons or the buttons on the screen with like AX BY instead of X
Sometimes triangle
square.
is Y, sometimes triangle is triangle, and sometimes triangle is X.
Yeah. And A is either circle if it's your Nintendo controller, or it's X if you're an
X.
Xbox. Yeah, yeah,
Everyone had to be unique.
yeah. It's all like kind of the same setup, but they just have different labels. It-
Much like real life.
Ooh,
It's all the same setup, but it's
damn.
just different labels, man.
Whoa. Are you about to drop a existential bomb on us.
I'm gonna relate gaming to philosophy,
Oh man.
but not in this episode. You're gonna have to pay for that one.
That's a separate show that we start. That we're just gonna start making sub shows that branch off of this one. And
Just for
then,
our pay pigs.
yeah. Whew, man. But yeah, I had to take a break from Resident Evil 7 for a little bit because I hit that second boss fight and it was a wall, and I was like, okay, my
Yeah, it's the
heart,
mom,
my,
right?
yeah. With the
Yeah.
bugs too, dude, and I fucking hate
Ugh.
flying insects. Oh god, just the sound of buzzing in my ears,
That whole part is a nightmare.
yeah, it's just awful. It's just awful. And my little heart can't take it. So I had to play some Pokemon since that dropped, and it's so hot right now. The Diamond and Pearl remakes
Yep.
they're like remasters, I guess, with a few quality of life changes. I don't know. I never played the originals, so I'm enjoying it for what it is.
Well, that's good. I mean,
Yeah.
I've only heard good things about them
Yeah.
so far, and they look. I mean, that's what I see Pokemon as: is that top-down, that aesthetic.
Yeah,
Um,
which that is back and it feels awesome. Like I thought it was cool running around in like Sword or in Shield. Well, I mean, I played Shield, but with like that third person camera, and it was kind of cool being able to move the camera around. It was nice, but having the top down like fixed camera view it's pretty cool.
mhm.
It just feels like,
Like
probably
Pokemon.
nostalgia. Yeah, like Pokemon. So it's just, maybe that's just my nostalgia organ.
Yeah, I mean, Pokemon is such a long-lived series that people that were close to our age, when like relatively like when red, blue, and yellow, those all
Yeah.
came out. Like there are people whose red, blue, and yellow would be like X and Y, or even, Sun and Moon, God help them.
Oh, man. Yeah.
I feel bad for those that their first Pokemon game was Sun and Moon, not the whatever, like Ultra Moon and like
Oh, yeah, just the
Supernova
base
Sun or
sun and
whatever.
moon.
Oh my god, those
It's too bad.
Moon killed my love for Pokemon. It did.
Oh,
It broke me.
man.
I
See,
just
I skipped
it was
those and
bad.
then, yeah, jumped back in after Omega Ruby. Skipped all anything in between and then jumped back in at Shield. So
That was a smart thing to do.
I'm just a casual Pokemon fool, I couldn't tell you the best competitive strats or anything like that. I can't even remember the type matchups most of the time. I'm like, this sounds pretty good and I think it would work logically, but no, it doesn't. So,
It's become really complicated.
yeah.
Like,
Like,
I mean, before Alpha Sapphire, the last one I played was Emerald.
ooh, like GBA Emerald.
Yeah, that was the
Wow.
last one. Like, I actually like not on an emulator, like on an actual console.
Man.
Before that, I had played Yellow, and then I played Crystal, and then Emerald. And then after that, I took a break up until Alpha Sapphire. So I hadn't played anything up until that point.
Wow.
Then my next one was Moon, and that was bad.
R.I.P. Moon. I don't know. The
Yeah.
Alola forms are kind of cool. Like I got some of them in Shield. I think they're fun. The Diglett with the like surfer hairdo is just great.
I didn't have a problem with any of the forms. Nothing. I didn't have a problem with the Pokemon. It was the
Was
whole
it
game
was
was just a tutorial. It
oh
was just a tutorial all the way through up until like the last maybe 3/4 of it. Then there was no end game either. There was like a little bit with the dark space or whatever it was. I didn't play too much of it after I beat it, but
Mm,
apparently it got fixed in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, but at that point I wasn't going to drop another $40 on a 3DS Pokemon. Then I skipped
yeah,
Sword and Shield. I might pick up Diamond and Pearl. I'm not too sure yet. I'm still kind of
yeah.
on the fence.
It's fun for what it is. I can't say I'm in deep as a Pokemon fanatic or anything, but I enjoy the games.
Yeah, yeah, no,
I think they're fun.
I agree. I do think they're fun. I think maybe I take them too seriously at times,
Mm,
and I shouldn't, because they're games made for children
yeah,
at heart.
yeah. I am reminded as I'm playing through Shining Pearl Necklace that it's a it's a game like if you didn't know a whole lot of English, you could understand what was going on. It's
Yeah,
very it's at a lower reading level, I think, for a good reason cuz that makes it accessible and like kids that are learning like how to read and speak and stuff, it would be fucking perfect for them, you know what I mean? But
that's a good point. I never thought about that.
yeah. I mean, I thought about it because, like, at the start of it, I was like, oh, I could play this in Japanese and, like, learn to read Japanese. But I was like, no, I don't know what any of the, I think it's Katanka or
Katakana,
Hiragana. Katakana?
katakana, and
Yeah.
hiragana.
Hiragana and the kanji. And yeah, there's a ton of forms and stuff. I
Right.
want to learn it because I feel like it's super interesting, but it's like crazy complicated. So,
It is.
you
I
know,
mean, learning a new language is very complicated.
yeah.
You know, my personal experience, I learned German,
Ooh.
and I mean, it's what do you call it? A romanticized. It's based off.
It's not a romance language. It's
It is a romance language.
German.
Yeah, German's a romance language.
It's Germanic. It's its own thing. Like it
Well,
comes
it's
off the
based.
Proto-German, like the Proto-German line, right?
You could be right, honestly.
I don't know a ton about linguistics. I could be completely wrong, but
I mean,
I
it's like
took
it's
Latin.
based off of Roman. It's based off of Proto-Roman
It's
stuff.
based okay, Proto-Roman. Romance languages are stemmed from Latin,
Oh no,
so
you're right.
it's
Nope, German is not.
yeah, Italian, Portuguese,
Spanish,
French,
French.
Spanish. Yeah,
Yeah, no, you're right.
I took Latin,
My
so
bad.
okay. I didn't mean to if I sounded like
No,
aggressive.
no, it's good. No, it's good to be corrected. I can't remember where I heard that it was like
I
maybe
mean,
I
it
think
could
I'm
be
confusing
just
it. It's like a romantic language.
yeah,
Is people
like
consider it romantic, but not a romance when you're.
like the adjective romantic and not like
But it's
the
not. It's not a
not
romantic
the
language. It's
capital
guttural and
R romantic
no, you're right.
language.
It's Germanic, which
Yeah.
is its own thing.
Okay.
Just like
It is
Dutch,
I think German can
German.
be a romantic language is beer and cheese and I don't know
That's
what else
basically it.
Germans talk about.
That's basically it.
Pretzels? Are they into pretzels?
Yeah,
Bavaria? I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry.
I think so.
I don't.
But no,
Maybe
you're right. It's not a romance language. Sorry, viewers. I had that confused with
it's
just
okay. That's
me
what we're
being
here to
dumb.
do. This
Yeah,
is this is Germany's #1 true crime podcast. So
Germany is not a romance
that's
language.
that's the first crime.
It's a romantic language, but
Yes,
not
it is.
romance.
It is a romantic language. Case closed.
Case closed. But back to my point. It's like, the like, okay, I'm gonna sound dumb when I say this, but the letters look familiar.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying when I say that. It's like, as opposed to Russian or Japanese or Chinese, those are completely different, characters for the alphabet
Yes.
and
Yeah.
sounds. Whereas German, it roughly uses the same alphabet. There's like maybe 3 or 4 different characters that aren't in the whatever the regular alphabet. It's still
Yeah,
A
like
B
the
C
English
D E F
alphabet.
G.
Mm-hmm. Yes, the
That's what I meant.
okay. Yeah. Yeah, English has a ton of Germanic influence for sure. I've read part of a linguistics book,
Anglicized,
so
anglicized. Is that right?
uh yes, from the Anglo-Saxons who were Proto-German, possibly. Oh shit. That might be right.
We're getting deep into it here,
Yeah, I
but I
don't
do.
know. This is
Yeah,
off the top of my head, you guys. I
yeah.
have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, I
Um,
thought German was a Romance language, dude. I think like what I meant was anglicized. You look
It
at
is
it and you could
anglicized.
see the
Yes.
alphabet, and it's A B C D E F G.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's a weird character thrown in there, like an S set or an umlaut or a U with an umlaut.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a U with 2 dots over it, so it's still kind of, you know,
Yeah.
that's a U, but it just sounds different.
Yes. It just makes
Whereas
a
with
different sound. Yeah.
Japanese, it's a bunch of squiggly letters.
Yeah. There's a ton of like sevens and plus signs, and I have no idea. I need to. I need to look into it because it looks fun. It looks fun to learn. You know.
I would like to, yeah, I would like
Yeah.
to take the time to learn it.
But
It would
like
be
I
very
say
fun.
that, it looks fun, but it's probably super hardcore, like
I mean, you got to learn
insanely
like
hard to
3 or
learn.
4 different types of way that it's
Yeah,
presented.
of like yeah.
I've heard that if you play old school JRPGs like Final Fantasy and stuff, and if you play them in Japanese and try to learn that way, that's a good way to
Mm,
start because it's like simplified Japanese,
yeah.
like
I was thinking
super
about that.
simplified.
Uh-huh. I was thinking along those lines when we were talking about Pokemon earlier. Yeah.
Yeah,
If you get a very baseline understanding of maybe one typeset, and then you could, yeah, ideally play a game in Japanese and be kind of okay. I don't know. I think
hmm
that would be fun.
I'm sure you could.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you're right. Pokemon is good for that. I mean, that's the whole base of this conversation is Pokemon would be good to learn a different language in
Yeah.
because it is I mean, when you learn a different language, you start off with like the super easy stuff. You start off at kindergarten level. You learn your alphabet, you learn how
Hmm.
to tell the time, uh
Numbers and
numbers, apple, orange, very easy stuff. And
hmm.
it's not like Pokemon's story is so complex that they're going to go beyond apples and oranges.
I don't know. I don't know. The stories I don't know what the story is for Diamond and Pearl all that much. I just know Dialga and Palkia are involved because they're on the boxes, and then Giratina was in Platinum, but I don't know if he makes an appearance in these because maybe they're just gonna milk it,
Yeah,
or maybe
where
not. I don't know.
they kind of stopped doing that, making a third game. That's like
Yeah,
the deluxe edition or the final mix version of
yeah.
it. They stopped doing that.
1.5 final mix revision dub edition third the third.
Look, that's a completely different podcast episode. We'll get there. We'll get there. I promise. For anybody that knows what that means, I promise we're gonna get there, but not tonight.
That
But yeah, it's
That's
not.
just a teaser.
It's just a teaser. It's not, it's not the definitive edition like Emerald was,
Yeah.
or Crystal was, or
Yeah. Or even
Yellow.
what yellow was supposed to be for red and blue.
Yes,
Supposedly. I didn't
they
play
had.
yellow. I played blue version for anyone who was dying to know. I was a blue boy. So when I was raised on Blastoise.
I was Yellow. I had Pikachu. I had him following me around.
Like a friend and a pet and not like
Yeah,
a tool for war. That's what my
you
Pokemon
could turn
were.
around and talk to him, and he would have a little happy face or a sad face, depending on how you treated him.
Hmm. Was there like a smack him around button?
No, but I wish there was, because
Shut the fuck
and
up,
you also
Pikachu.
couldn't evolve him into Raichu either, which I was like
Oh
super disappointed about because I don't give a fuck.
man.
I know Raichu's more powerful. I don't give a
Yeah.
fuck about friendship or any of that bullshit. You're gonna evolve, you're gonna be more powerful, and you're gonna take me through the Elite Four. That's what you were born and bred to do.
Man. Could you like take him out of your party or did you have to have Pikachu in your party the whole time?
I mean, you could, but he didn't like being put in the box.
Oh.
He would have a unhappy face if you put him in the box and then took him out later. He
That's
liked
really
being in your
sad.
party. So it was
Yeah.
like you were incentivized to always keep in your party. And I mean, he was good to keep in your party, with Thunder type,
Mhm.
just base Thunder type. He was good to have. But, when I played it, I had I was watching the anime at the time or the Saturday morning show. So my team was based around what I thought was cool.
Oh,
So I had him. I had, you know, uh, I had Magmar. I know I had Magmar for sure because I
nice.
thought that episode was super cool. I'm pretty sure, yeah, because you can get all the starters in yellow, if I
Wow.
remember
Of
right.
course.
So you could eventually have your whole
Spoiled.
team filled up with, yeah, it was awesome.
Spoiled
And I
kids
played that on like
got
the OG
yellow.
Game Boy too, which was weird because it was a Game Boy Color game, but all my grandma had was an OG Game Boy.
Man.
So I had to play it in black and white. Also, funny story about that is like I got yellow for like my birthday or Christmas or something, and then like a month after that, my friend he got one of those. It was really popular at the time. It was a Pokédex, and it was like $20 at Walmart.
Ooh, one of those like plastic, like it looked like a real Pokédex.
Yeah, I mean it was
Nice.
way cheaper than the game was, and he scammed me. And
Oh.
he traded that Pokédex for my game, and my grandma had to like go over and talk to his parents about it
Oh,
because it was
man.
very legitimately I was getting scammed because I was,
Damn.
I don't even think I was 10. I was like 7 or 8.
Yeah,
Funny
the first
story.
time you see one of those, it's like, holy shit, it's real. Like,
Yeah, I know.
like Pokemon are real. I can actually go find them. This is too good to be true. And then you get home and it's like, no, you got
Yeah.
scammed. Sorry, pal.
I think it was more the fact that Pokemon was like 50, $60 the game, and that thing
Jeez.
was like $20. So I was obviously getting ripped off.
Were Game Boy games that expensive back then?
It was like 50, 60, or it was like $50, I think. Most games
Really?
were back then.
Wow.
Maybe 40, 50, but even then, that's still equivalent to about $60 worth nowadays. Thinking, late 90s is about when this
Yeah.
happened.
I didn't have a concept of money back then, so I didn't. I don't know how
Obviously,
much
I didn't
things
either.
cost. Damn.
That same friend also had a Virtual Boy.
Oh,
and that was
I
kind of cool.
I've never seen one of those for real, like in real life.
You know what it is, right? It's like their
Kind of.
attempt, like it's Nintendo's attempt at VR, but
Yeah.
in the early or late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, and it was like super fucking jank looking.
It was jank, and it was also like all the games had to be like red,
What?
so you got a headache. Yeah, yeah. No, it was like it was how their like 3D parallax thing. They eventually fixed it with 3DS. Funny enough, they
Oh.
kind of used the same technology for the 3DS, but it was like how they did
Oh,
the
huh.
3D effect was it had to all be in red and
Oh.
black, and then it was like it was overlaid in such a way like you could not play that thing for more than an hour without getting a headache.
Oh my god.
It was so bad.
It sounds awful.
I thought it was the coolest thing at the time, and I really wanted one. But my grandpa, he
Man.
he was pretty smart. He knew his shit, and was like, "No, it's just a fad."
Yeah. Man. VR would never catch on.
No, it wouldn't.
No, yeah, not that VR. That eh,
Dirty VR.
dirty VR. Not even
That's what it
refined.
was.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm serious. Like after this episode, go look up fucking fucking virtual console game. It just you'll see what I mean. It's
Hmm.
awful. It's terrible.
I'll take your word for it. I mean, I'll go look up after this. Just because I'm curious. I've seen like the like headpiece setup, but I haven't seen the inside of it. I doubt it would be something that would work with a little kid with glasses too, you know.
Yeah, no, I don't think it worked with glasses.
I don't think current VR headsets work with glasses. Get on
Yeah,
that, VR
I'm not too
people.
sure. I've heard good things about the Oculus, but you know, it's Facebook, so
Yeah.
I don't really want to fuck with it. I've heard
Yeah.
they've kind of got it down to a science and that they, you know, like you don't even need a wire for it, but again,
Huh.
it's also Facebook.
Yeah.
And I'm
Trust
not
whatever
about that.
companies you want to trust, is all I'm saying.
Don't trust Facebook,
Yeah,
is what
yeah.
I'm saying. Go ahead and
Honestly.
demonetize us, Zuck.
Yeah.
Do it.
What's we're not even broadcasting on Facebook, you know?
Fuck
You
no.
wouldn't know.
He wouldn't know because he's a robot lizard person.
Is he? I
Have you
don't
seen him like do his
know.
live streams?
I haven't. No.
It's kind of funny, honest. I don't know if he's like really like playing into the part that he is an android. He
Yeah.
reminds me of Data
Oh,
from
okay.
Star
Okay.
Trek, but like not as, you know, not as you know, humbling or
Debonair.
heartwarming.
Yeah.
He just seems like
Okay.
he is an android that
Hmm.
is just responding to stimulus because like I don't know. One example is like he was doing his live stream and it was like someone was like, "Hey, give me the Zuck." And he's like, "Zuck? What is that? ZUCC? What is Zuck?" And it's like, "Come on, man.
Oh
Just
man.
think about it." Or the fact that in that like when he was talking about uh like unleashing the metaverse,
Mm.
you know, changing the whatever branding of the parent company to Meta. He had like a like he did it in front of his like bookshelf or whatever, but there was a thing of Sweet Baby Ray's on the shelf just for some reason. Like he was like, "Hey, look at me.
Okay.
I'm human. I like barbecue sauce."
He has good taste. That's some good fucking barbecue sauce, I
I
think.
mean, yeah, it's good. It's fucking barbecue sauce, but it just didn't make sense. Like where he was at, he was like definitely in like some kind of office, and like there's just these. I mean, it wasn't facing the camera, but you could tell it was Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, and it's like, okay, are you just trying to say, hey, I like grilling? I like using barbecue sauce on my meat because I am human. I don't know. That's
Man,
probably a whole other conversation, the Facebook thing, social media
yeah,
thing. But God,
probably. The
if
metaverse
he's
too, that's already trademarked. Like the Persona games, they have to sue.
they'll lose.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, probably.
Facebook has like they have like goddamn god levels of money now. You gotta, you know,
Yeah.
they got all that sweet ad revenue.
Yes,
You
they
know,
do.
just
Speaking
from
of
when you
ad revenue, tonight's sponsor is of course True Crime, and all of uh all of the crime is sponsoring the podcast. I don't know.
we only sponsor the truest crime on this podcast.
Yeah.
Only not lies, not lie crime. That's not what we're about. We're not about lie crimes. We're about true crime. Could pass the polygraph test.
Yeah. Not talking false crime, but true. Or none. I don't know. I was going to say
It
some.
would be false crime or it'd be lie crime. Those are the words for it.
Okay.
No other words can be used to describe it.
Mm. And that's fair. Yeah.
That's fair, and that's good, and that's just. Because that's what this podcast is about. It's about justice.
Mostly, yeah. It's mostly about justice.
It's about little baby Susan and her father, who was murdered by her mother's ex lover, finding peace.
Yeah, you guys can't hear me out there, but I'm shaking my head in that,
He's
news of that
agreeing.
true crime.
It's true crime. It's
Yeah.
the truest crime. It's the type of crime that your great grandma watches on TV. Even though
Yeah.
she's not really listening, she's just reading her true crime novel at the same time.
At the same time, a completely different true crime novel,
But it's sexy.
but it's sexy.
It's a
Yeah.
sexy true crime
Yeah.
novel. And that's
Because,
different. That's different than the true crime we're sponsored by. We do respect sexy true crime. That's fine.
yeah,
You know, you can have that.
I'm down with that. Yeah.
I mean, that's like American Psycho, Christian Bale, true crime. But
Man,
we
talk
we
about
do.
Narcissus. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Hey, 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 that's a callback, baby.
That is oh yeah.
That was,
Yep. That
which,
is a callback indeed. Good movie.
yeah, I watched it once and I was like, oh, okay. I get the hype now.
I like
It's
that they
pretty
made
good.
him like a music nerd for like
Yeah.
whatever 40s, 50s music or whatever. I really like that about his character.
Mm-hmm.
And then he brains that guy with an axe. That's pretty funny.
I was gonna say, really great role model, you know. Oh man. Yeah. Um I didn't bring anything else to the table, Skylar.
No,
So
I feel like we covered a lot of topics tonight. I feel like we hit some really hard points.
yeah.
I feel like we're going to turn some heads with this episode. I feel like this will be the one that puts us on the map.
This is the one. Oh man. If this is the one that is the like sample size, if you were gonna take a sample of the entire show, yeah, it would probably be this episode.
And hey, we're open to sponsorships.
Yeah,
We
what's
will
up?
sell out.
Get
We
at
will
us.
sell out.
You can find our email on the. I think it's. I think we can. I think it's up there. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's up there. We're also on the deep web if you look hard enough.
It's correct.
I'm not gonna post the Onion link because I think it might be illegal, but you can find us there.
Yeah,
You get on that Tor browser, you boot up your VPN,
I don't
and that's
even
where
know
we'll be.
what those words mean, but that that is where we are gonna be. And until next time, that's where we're gonna live. So
That's where we'll stay. I hope you all have a wonderful evening.
yeah, take it easy, everyone.